Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
We're celebrating school spirit across Southern California. Join Megan Tellis live on campus for the School Spirit Spotlight. Wednesday morning, only on KTLA 5 News, LA's very own. Sponsored by Stater Brothers Markets.
Good morning, I'm Annie Rose Ramos. A man in his 80s kills himself, his wife, and his 2 adult children in an apparent murder-suicide. Coming up, what we know so far about what happened here in this home in Granada Hills and what neighbors are telling us about who lives there. That's next.
And a woman clings to the hood of a speeding car after thieves stole her French bulldog. This morning, she's asking for your help.
And just into our newsroom, protesters sneak into the Louvre and deface the world-famous Mona Lisa. What they're protesting, coming up.
And temperatures today above average once again. We will see a little more cloud coverage, though, and those gusty winds, well, they'll be with us today as well. But big changes coming by the middle of the week. We're going to talk about all of that coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the KTLA Morning News at 8 a.m. I'm Megan Tellis on a Sunday.
And I'm Lauren Lister. We thank you so much for joining us. Also, a big day for football. All gearing up to the Super Bowl.
You know what I'll be doing all day?
Football all day after this?
In your Uggs and sweats.
No, in my jammies, barefoot, because it's going to be warm, Megan.
That's right.
It's going to be warm today.
Is that the story with weather?
Yes, that is. We are seeing gorgeous conditions, so it was a really pretty sunrise this morning, though. Notice the calm winds right now, but the cloud coverage from this Huntington Beach camera, and temperatures currently on this Sunday morning. 58 in Van Nuys, 55 for Los Alamitos, 71 in Camarillo, and 50 right now in Murrieta. This is what we can expect for highs today. Again, some of us will be a degree or 2 warmer. 80 for Chino, 77 in Long Beach today, 79 for Van Nuys, 77 for Santa Clarita, and we will see 53 in Big Bear. And we'll talk about the rest of the week and the chance of rain coming up. Back to you.
Casey, thank you. We are following developing news this morning. 4 adults found dead in a Granada Hills home.
Investigators say a man in his 80s shot and killed his wife and his 2 adult children. KTLA's Annie Rose Ramos is live in Granada Hills with what we know this morning. You've been on this all morning. How's the story?
People wake up. We have been speaking to more and more neighbors who are out here walking their dogs or just going for their daily morning walk. And so a few of them have been talking to us. Now, in the past hour, we did see a group of people, what looks to be a man, woman, and child, drive into this home where the 4 bodies were found yesterday. A small child, one of them was crying, and we saw them. We tried to talk to them. They were not interested in speaking to the media. But at that same time, another neighbor drove up on the street that you're looking at, got out, ran up to them and said, "We are so sorry. We are praying for you. We are thinking about you. Anything you need, if you need us to pick up the mail, feed the dog, anything you might need from us, we are here for you as your neighbors." And so this really has impacted the community here, who are all waking up to this news and really just completely bewildered and befuddled by what has happened. Take a listen to what one neighbor had to say.
Probably like 7:10 p.m. and I came down the street, and I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to pick my daughter up because there were cops like in full gear here, and then I asked one of the cops if I could go down, and he said, "Well, you can go down, but you'll have to notify the cops down at the bottom of the hill." And then I went to the bottom of the hill and I told him, I need to go get my daughter, and he goes, "You can go out, but you're probably not going to be able to come back in."
These are images of the home last night. These are some of the images of the home last night shortly after the bodies were discovered yesterday at around 7 p.m. And a closer look at the front of the house, you can see glass on the floor from a window. We don't know if that glass was broken from the gunshots, but when police were called to the home last night, they were met by a witness who directed them to the bodies. In one part of the home, they found 3 people, all of them shot to death, one woman in her 80s and a man and woman in their late 40s. In another part of the house, they found another man in his 80s who police say appears to have shot himself. So an apparent suicide. Police describing more about what the relationship is between these 4 people.
It's a family. Yeah, it's a family, a father, mother, and adult children. The witness was inside and fortunately was not harmed during the incident and was able to barricade themselves and call the police. I mean, I don't know how much more terrifying and horrific of a scene it could be. And when you have 4 persons that are deceased, the only positive point is that you at least have one witness that has survived this incident.
The survivor, that one positive point the police were talking about, the witness who barricaded themselves inside that home while that shooting took place. We don't know at this point if they are a family member or who they are in terms of a relationship with the other 4 that were found dead. Now, we also walked around the perimeter of the house in order to see a little bit more about what was going on there. We noticed that there was a sign up that said, "We are a proud parent of a high school student," of a name of a high school just down the street from here. Neighbors telling us they did notice a high school, what looked to be a teenager living in that house and that home, getting driven to school every morning to and from school. So we don't know exactly how many people were living in that home, but we do believe children, a teenager who was going to high school might have also been residing here at this home. But for now, 4 people found dead in this house behind us, in a very disturbing scene for a lot of neighbors to wake up to and to hear about this morning. Reporting live, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Annie Rose, great work out there. She's on the ground doing her best to figure out all the details. We'll get back with her in a moment. Dramatic video captures a woman clinging to the hood of a speeding car as thieves stole her French bulldog. This happened in downtown LA. It's a story you saw first on 5. The theft happened on January 18th as the dog's owner was enjoying lunch with her pooch, Onyx, at a Whole Foods. This was on Grand Avenue and 8th Street. Onyx was sitting next to her owner when a woman began calling to the dog while approaching the victim's table.
I didn't think that somebody was stealing my dog. I thought it was a misunderstanding. So I was like, "That's my dog, excuse me." And she wasn't listening, and she turned and she got right into a car. And I tried to follow her into the car, but I got in there and there were 4 people in the car.
Police are now asking anyone with information to call LAPD. There is a reward for the return of Onyx, the dog.
We really hope she gets Onyx back. New this morning, climate protesters in Paris. Look at this. They threw soup on the world-famous Mona Lisa painting at the famous Louvre Museum. Now, there is bulletproof glass protecting the Leonardo da Vinci painting, so that's the good news. The protesters say they are demanding the right to healthy and sustainable food and pushing for farmers' rights. The stunt comes as farmers across France have been protesting, blocking roads for days to slow traffic as they fight for fewer tariffs and more government protections for crops.
City crews working through the weekend to clear train tracks covered with dirt and debris in San Clemente. A landslide on Wednesday, destroying a section of a pedestrian bridge and making the train tracks below impassable. Train service between Orange and San Diego counties has been halted since then, and officials say there is still no timetable for reopening the tracks. The landslide is one of several recent ones to disrupt rail service in that area. Back in 2022, a landslide led to a 6-month stoppage of full passenger service.
Okay, I've been waiting all morning for this video. Take a look. This is amazing video taken by our own executive producer, Jake. He went whale watching yesterday with Newport Landing and Davies Locker and spotted a pod of at least 5 orca whales. The best part? They were baby orcas, and they were putting on a show. Look at that right there. They were spotted about 10 miles off the Newport coast. This pod of about a dozen eastern tropical Pacific orcas has been in our area since December. If you watch our show, you've seen a number of videos showing the orcas. It's sort of a rare thing because these whales are typically found off the waters of Mexico and Central America. So it's really a treat to see. The captain told him it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But this just goes to show if you are thinking about going whale watching and you think, you know, hey, do I really have a chance of seeing the orcas? Well, Jake went for one day, one tour, and saw the orca whales.
Jake's also very lucky.
That's true. And can you get in our ear and tell us, is this the first time you've seen whale? First time ever for him?
Pretty incredible.
Right now, it'd be great to take the family.
Yeah, I told him to buy a lottery ticket yesterday when he sent me this video,
Absolutely.
right? Very lucky.
Or go again today.
Or go again.
Probably still there. That's
or bet on the
amazing.
game.
No betting on the games, just watching, just watching. All right, outside we go. Partly cloudy skies today. Again, a little more cloud coverage than yesterday. Winds will start to die down, but we're still going to be dealing with that today as well. So downtown yesterday, we were well above average, 78 degrees. So 10